Hello, everyone. I'm here with Sam, who's been in the program for not too long, which is surprising that we're doing an interview. But you've been in the program for, I think, like 3 or 4 weeks or so, right?
That's correct. Yeah, I think we started just before December, before Christmas. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So Sam, why don't you walk us through some of the results you've seen, say listing wise or so?
Okay. So as I said, we started just before Christmas. I think a couple of weeks or a week before Christmas, and which some may think, oh, it's a bit strange, but what we find is there's a lot more um, buyers on holidays and running through their Facebook page and realestate.com and all the other real estate sites. So we decided to go ahead. And the result was great. We had a lot of leads coming through. We had to, fine tune it a little bit because we were getting quite a lot, but some of them weren't, straight away up these that we wanted them to go to the market quickly
Hmm.
with. And in the end, I think in the last 2 week or last this week, we out of I did four appraisals and ended up with two listings out of those four appraisals in the
That's
space
good.
of 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
That is pretty good. Pretty good. If you don't mind me asking, what's like the projected commissions on that?
So we're looking at about $30,000 GCI. Yeah.
Okay.
Out
Very,
of those two. Yeah.
very, very nice.
Which is good. Yeah.
I want to
And
ask.
they're good leads too. They're like good. They're going to sell. They are wanting to sell.
Perfect. I want to ask, so I believe you came into the program because you're basically at a position. I know you have a lot of experience in real estate where you're really good at what you do. You're good at signing up listings. You kind of just wanted more sellers, right?
Yeah. So you reach a sort of a level, where you, I guess you're comfortable with. But I just wanted that to move to that next level, I guess. And being in the industry this long, you do get the referrals, you get the return customers and the word of mouth and so forth. But I just wanted to bring it to the next level, which is I believe this is what this program is doing. Two listings in the space of those 3 weeks, and I dare say we'll probably get them sold in the next week or two. Is
Go.
great. So yeah, if we can keep that going, that's good.
We'll definitely keep that going. How do you find the process so far?
Good. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. Very good.
in terms of like the software and like jumping in, getting into the program, getting your stuff set up, like how did you find that?
Very good. You helped. You helped quite a fair bit there. So I've got the app on my phone, and that's basically all I use at the moment is my phone. With that app. So I'll go on that app. I'll make my phone calls through the app. I make all any notes through that app. Any tasks, schedules. And the beauty is that I guess it's like a pipeline. You've got your pipeline and you can move each of those leads to wherever you want to move them to, whether you're going to follow up, whether they become a listing, you've got scheduled an appraisal, um, and that is really like helpful. I'm a visual person, so I like to see exactly where everything is and where every buyer or lead is,
Mm,
and that does that for me. Yeah.
okay, awesome. So without naming names, I know you've tried like other lead companies in the past, kind of shared leads, right?
Yes, correct. And they all basically are lead nowhere, if you pardon the pun. Um, uh, it's very rare that what I have used in the past. I mean, there was one there that I think I've had for 12 months, and it's one of those ones where if you list the property and sell it, you give them a percentage. Um, the problem the problem there is that they just give you anything or anybody, and the leads aren't good, and you're not the only agent going in. They give it to four or five other agents. By the
Yeah.
time, if you're running, you miss the text or you miss the email or whatever it is, and you get to it at even 15, 20 minutes late. Four or five other agents have already been to them, and by the time you get to them, they're not even going to talk to you. If you're lucky enough to get to them quickly, they don't end up being. Oh, I was just looking at
Yeah.
commission or just looking at, nothing. They're not serious leads. They're leads that you may come onto the market a year's time, 2 years' time, maybe. But it's what I want, and we've structured the program is, you know, leads now that are looking at selling
Yeah.
within, a certain time frame.
Yeah.
And I think it has delivered that.
Yeah. I also feel like the problem with those type of companies is that even if someone is selling, when you're the sixth person that called them, they're not going to be as open or want to tell you everything. They're like, I don't even want to talk to you right now. I'm just
No,
browsing.
they don't want to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
that's it. Well, you don't get to. That's what I guess I'm leading to is that if you're late in calling them, they don't want to. You don't want to even answer the phone, and that's really disheartening. Like even if you send them an email or call them and they're not answering the phone, you call them, they're still not answering the phone. It's disheartening in the fact that, well, you know, um, it's just going nowhere, and you want to be, feel that who you are calling will A, answer the phone, and B, you'll be able to at least knows why you're calling them. They know because they've gone that extra level and they've seen that they know that you're going to call them or that they know that you're going to get a text from them. So they know they're expecting that phone call.
Yeah.
So you're already, you're not in that, oh, why are you calling me? What's
Yeah.
this about? There's none of that.
So overall, like, how do you find the quality of our leads so far?
Good. Yeah, very good. So, like I said, we've streamlined it a bit to suit, I guess, my needs or how I want it to be. And the beauty of the leads are that, as I said, they're not surprised that you're calling them. They are looking at selling. Um, yes, they want a valuation on the property, but they know that it's not going to be, oh, yeah, I'll just look up something on the computer and give you a value. They know that I'll be saying to them, I'm coming out to have a look at the property. I'd like to come and have a look at the property because that's how we do it. And there's no surprises. So they're quite welcoming in that. If they don't want you to, that's fine. We keep calling them. We put them in a section where we follow up and just follow up, and they know that. But the leads are good because I've had 4 appraisals and 2 listings. So I think that's pretty good as far as lead generation goes in 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I was honestly really impressed. When we were on the phone and you told me it was 2 listings, I was like, what? No way. Um, so I'm pretty impressed by that. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
also hats off to you because like you're really good
Yeah.
at what you do, and it's like I
Thank
feel like when you're in
you.
that situation where you have an amazing service or product and you just need a little bit more marketing to go to that next level, you just explode.
Yeah. Yeah, and the secret is too that I think the lead has to feel comfortable that you're not there. You're there to help them. You're
Yeah,
not there to
exactly.
get the listing. You're not there to push them to sell. And I make that very, very clear. A lot of them also say, "What's it going to cost for you to come out?" They think there's going to be a price attached or
Yeah,
something like that. But I make it very clear. It's I'm just there to help you out. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Yeah, and I've had one where I think it was the first week that we started. We scheduled an appointment, and she cancelled. And I thought, well, this is when they cancel, that's not going to hear
it's
from them again. I'll
yeah,
put her in my follow up list. And actually, I was going to follow up this week on her, follow up. And yesterday she texted me said, "Oh, can we reschedule the appointment for Friday?" I thought, oh, great. So she's obviously wanting to sell. So the lead is a good lead. They are good leads. Um, the one that I actually listed.
Mhm.
Um, I spoke to her on the phone. She was a bit standoffish at first. They're not too sure. But
Yeah,
once you start talking to them and you reassure them that you're not there to, you know, to rip them off, whatever they, us real estate agents, we don't have a very good name as it is. I think we're just one above car sales people. So, you're already behind the 8 ball. So you've got to make them feel comfortable, and that's what I try and do, and not pressure them, just not pressure them at all. If they don't want you to come around their house, that's fine. How about we just stay in touch? And I'm happy to, we revisit it in a month or so or a couple of weeks time. But generally, when you say to them, I'm only there to have a look at the property and give you an advice on the price, and there's no obligation. You do with it as you wish. then
Pretty good with it.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
And the one that I listed, one of the ones I listed, she was like that, and I bought the Form 6 with me, which is the sign up to sign them up. Here in Queensland, we use a Form 6, and I was surprised. She said, "Yeah, let's sign it up now." I went, okay, so yeah.
Awesome. Were you a little bit skeptical before jumping into the program?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Like anything, I think through what we've used before, through the lead generations, they've been not, yeah, not good leads, But when we spoke and you said to me, you can make this as as how you want it to work, then that made me feel a little bit more comfortable. And then when we discussed how you were going to do it, and there was a video involved, and we're telling the sellers, the people that are coming on and registering, that we will be talking to them and we will be ringing them, and it's not a surprise, then I felt a bit more comfortable again. And then the fact that we can fine tune it to your own specific needs. Every agent is different. That's one
Yeah.
thing I've learned. Yes, you can go 100 miles an hour and be pressure, and get the listing, and that's all you got to do is get the listing. And then there's others that want to work at their own pace, because I'm the sort of agent that if there's too much pressure or I'm overwhelmed too much, I start to not like what I'm doing, and I don't want to feel like that. I want
Yeah.
to feel like I like what I'm doing, and enjoying it. And this is how this we've gotten to a point now where, yeah, I'm enjoying it. There was a bit of overwhelming at the beginning because there was so much coming in, and that's through no fault of anybody. I mean, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. But being close to Christmas, it was a little bit overwhelming. But we sorted that out, and it's really good now. It's coming up good.
Awesome. What would you say to somebody that's on the fence right now, where they know they need to do something, but they're just a little bit skeptical, a little bit unsure about taking that next step, right? What would you say to them?
Yeah, go for it. I'd go for it because you have that support too. So you're there, you're there. We're talking face to face. And the support you give, I must admit, is that was where I was also skeptical about what sort of support I would get.
Mm.
And I must admit, wasn't aware that this is the sort of support I would get, which is good. You're there to, yeah, to help, I guess. And help us through how the working the program and how it works, and also, give us a bit of background on how, on what to expect. So that was surprising for me, that sort of support. So I would say, yeah, unlike other lead generation programs, this is unique in the fact that you are there personally to support who's using it, and I find that really good.